Sorry, it's been a very long time. It must be nearly it's the longest 5, 6 days or something since I last met this webcam. I just had to get back into the routine. I can see the veins there in my eye. You can see them, look, there at the left of it. Thanks to my chronic insomnia, I still can't sleep a wink and gone through hell. As my GP said about 12 months ago or so, the hospitals are too busy. I need more important things to do. Fair enough. I'm slowly dying. Soon we'll be dead. And if anyone says, your son's dead, me ma, or whatever, or my brother's dead, well, the hospitals were too busy and need more important things to do. Fair enough. So we'll go on. The time we were last in Berlin, I think it was when we finished up, early beginning 2011. The brutal dose of tonsillitis, we were there for about 3 days. It was a nightmare for me. I was just in bits. Eventually, the last day, I remember that is the first time I was ever on a double-decker train. We were getting to the airport. I'm not sure it was Schonenberg airport. I could have it pronounced wrong. From Berlin back to Dublin. We nearly got away without having to pay the fare. We only about 2 stops to go, and the female train conductors, I call them. So we just had to pay. I don't know what it was, probably €2.50, something like that. Paid our tickets and that was it, and then 2 stops later we got off, got to the airport, got back. We was shivering for the next couple of coughing. Eventually had to go to my old GP was still around. I think he retired around this year. A few months later he gave me antibiotics to get rid of a 7-day supply. I think it might be 5 or 7 days. It's Calvapin, that's the most common antibiotic for a very bad tonsillitis. Eventually it took a long time to kick it. It was been the last day or two before I really cleared it, but it did work. So in 2011, I actually went, but we didn't go abroad. My uncle got some special deal. We were to go down to, we were to go to Cork for one night, Cove or something. It was the first ever time ever in Cove. I've never been there in my life before, on a coach. And we went on a cruise line just for a couple of hours, an hour or two or something, look around it. And then we went to Kerry for one on the way back. We stayed one night over in Cove. It was only a 3-star hotel. It was okay. Not too bad. At least I hadn't got tonsillitis or that, and it wasn't too bad. I remember on the cruise line, it had this lovely, I call it American lemonade, the good lemonade with bits in it, and it was ice cold. It was lovely. You could drink it all day there. It's just gorgeous. That's what I remember, the good thing. And they're very strict passports because they're afraid of stowaways or anything like that. So, and the hotel wasn't great. The hotel was TV must have been at least 20 years old. It was something like from I seen 20 years ago. I think we had about 2 channels or something, and that was about it. But it could be worse. And then we got back to, I think it was Kilkenny Castle or something, and the Kilkenny Castle. And we got back to Dublin, and we both of us met around. I got the bus back, and he got a different bus. And that's what happened. A few days later, he took a few photos, my uncle, of myself and his camera or whatever it was, or his digital camera, and he emailed me to me. And when I looked at the photo, I got an awful shock. It was a wake-up call. The belly on me was unbelievable. As I'd already told you, I'd put on about 7 stone in a matter of several months when I was on the drug called anaphylaxis. But I knew I was overweight, but I didn't know it was that much over. When I seen the belly on me, I said, I'm going to have to change my ways. That was a wake-up call. So I said, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to exercise every day. If I have to walk miles, I'm going to do it. So this is what I done was, I said, I got rid of all the junk in the house. I started eating oats and fish. That was it. That was me whole oats and fish and sugar-free 7-Up, and tea with just sweeteners in it. And I started walking for miles and miles every day. I got lucky this year with the summer. The official date, the diet started off on the 27th of April. I had a plan for the whole summer beyond the diet to lose weight. But the official date is the 1st. You probably heard me there. I always go by the official date, the 1st. So the 1st of May begins. So I started walking every day, but my back was killing me. The pain in my lower back was killing me. I kind of found out the reason why. I was carrying on so much weight, putting a strain on my back. I had to keep on going. I said to myself, it's going to be, I call it, a lot of people call it the pain barrier. so do a lot of other people. And after about 6 weeks, the pain disappeared. And I got very lucky this year. This was a dry summer, but it was also a very cool. It was the coolest, I think it was the coolest summer since 1986. But 1986 was fairly wet, but this was just dry. So it was perfect weather for walking. I got lucky. Now, I very rarely get lucky breaks. So I spent the whole summer just eating oats and fish and some tea, low fat milk as well. Nothing in it. And gradually I was beginning to lose about 2 pounds a week or something, or a little over. I was weighing myself regularly, about twice a week at the time. And I was working. And I kept losing weight over May, June, July, August into September, and by then I got my weight down. Eventually, I would get my weight down to below 11 stone, and it was still going into early August. And this is what happened. I was walking back to my own house from my walk from my mother's, and one of the local neighbours that lives near me, she says, "Paul," which is me, "don't lose any more weight." And I said, okay. And then I think I weighed probably about 10.5 stone at the time, maybe a bit less. And then on the diet, kind of, I gradually slowed down. I think because if a woman says it to a man now, to me, like, a woman says you've lost too much weight, you actually take notice, especially if it's not a relative, because that woman must know what she's talking about, because you're a man. She said, and so I took notice. If nobody had said that to me, I would have kept on doing it probably for another few months. I probably would have got down to about 9 stone or something like that before I just said I better leave it at that. But I took notice, and I took her advice, and I cut down and then gradually eased off. And even my brother was amazed. He says it today, "You were like a machine." In fact, the neighbours used to say to me, "Mother, all Paul ever, every time I see Paul, he's out walking. That's all he does." But it worked. I didn't tell too many people at the time about the diet. I only told my mother, my brothers, and one or two relatives, my uncle and me, and I told nobody else, because you don't want to start talking about, especially if you're going into the diet, and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go on a diet and I'm going to lose all this weight," and then about 2 or 3 weeks or even a month later, and they say, "Well, how's your diet going?" "I'm going nowhere. I've only put on weight, and I'm eating junk." So you have to keep it to yourself, because if you look like an idiot. But it worked. So the next time I talk to you, we're coming into October, up to Halloween and 2011. So we're getting closer all the time. God bless everybody. Thanks.